So we are going to get the introduction to Node.js. That's what we'll be doing today. We introduce Node.js today. And if we're able to grab the concept quickly, we will touch on the node module system. So hopefully today we're going to tackle the introduction, and then we touch on the node module system. Then we will look at the node package manager, popularly known as NPM. That is the short for it. That is how it's popularly known, NPM. Then we are going to learn how to build RESTful APIs with Express. So Express is a framework in Node.js. Okay, so we're going to learn how to build APIs, RESTful APIs with Express. Then we'll also touch on, we're going to learn, like, go into details, asynchronous JavaScript. And then we also learn how to store data in MongoDB. MongoDB is a database. It's one of the available database. We have SQL, we have SQL, MySQL, we have PostgreSQL, a lot of them. But in this lesson, or in this particular section, we're going to consider MongoDB for storing our data, or persisting our data. And then we will look at authentication and authorization. So if you want to protect your endpoints, you need to ask users to log in. You have to save their login details. You have to, those kind of things. Authorization, rule-based authorization. If someone is an admin, what should a person be able to see? I'm sure you've heard of these things when you're dealing with the front end, and you've learned how to implement that on the front end. At the back end side too, we do that too. You have to authenticate the user, and we have to give them authorizations. We're going to learn how to do that in this lesson as well. We'll also be learning how to handle errors and then log in the errors. So most of the time you go to a site you want to log in, say Facebook, and then you type your username or your email and then your password. If they do not match, you receive a message that either there's a bad credential or something, you're not be able to log in. Those messages, they come from the backend. Then the front end will get hold of that message and display a user-friendly message to the user. So you need to, if you don't handle errors, your system might crash and you have to go there and restart the server manually, and we don't want that to happen. So we will learn how to handle those errors and log them. And then we will also tackle unit and integration testing. So with this, some of us, it might be new to us. We will learn how to write code to test our code. We do that in order to avoid future unseen events. Let's say we want to scale our project. We might make changes to our project, and because our project interdepend on itself, like the files we built, we might miss one file. But when we write a test for our project, anytime we run a test, it tests our project to see if everything is in order, and then we are good to go. So we will learn how to write both unit and integration tests. Now, I wouldn't go much into that until we get there, but understand that it is important to write tests for your project. Then we will also learn about test-driven development, TDD. This, what it means is that there are some of the projects you have to write your test first before you start with the development. So we will learn about that too, and then finally we will deploy our site, or we are going to build a project together. And so after we go through the whole lesson, our final stage is deployment. That is, we are going to deploy our app to an online server, a cloud server called Heroku, so that everyone on the internet will be able to access our backend service. So that's what we're doing. I don't know if there's any question up to this point before we get introduced to Node.